What is up? We are back. We are playing Jak and Daxter. We are starting a new game because that's how we roll here.
I have spent my life
If you're
searching
new
for...
here, we've been streaming for a few nights trying to get through and get a 5%
This device is a
on Jak and
communicator.
Daxter, the
With it,
Precursor
my father
Legacy.
and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
With the special catch that I'm going for
These
a
floating
zero death
egg-shaped
run.
things are precursor
I
ores.
am just
Collect enough
jumping
of
right
them,
into
and
the
some of
deep
the
end.
villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
Now, I've played quite a bit of Jak and Daxter. I know the game very well. Getting 100% is not a concern at all. It will take me a few hours to do that. But
This is a power cell, the
what
most
I've never done
important precursor artifact you can find.
is complete the game with 0 deaths. So I decided, that's going to be a fun goal for me. And why not do it live in front of, really no one, but anybody, potentially. So I'm not watching cutscenes, I'm not going to go through all that, I'm going to kind of burn through content quickly. If you're looking to get an idea of the story of Jak and Daxter, or anything like that, this is not the stream to be watching. You'll see the things like this where,
I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells.
unskippable
but the
dialogue,
workers
things
must have
like that,
captured them all.
although I might mute them from time to time. And yeah, if you for just gameplay, or just great, fantastic gameplay. Yeah, we're skipping through as much as possible. I'm just going to run through the content. Love these games. Again, I've completed them many times.
That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
That's blue eco, which contains the energy of motion.
But once again, I'm not here to kind of sit through all the cutscenes. I'm just trying to get through this in one run with no deaths. We'll see how how strict I become about that after some more time goes through. I don't know which attempt I'm on now, 5 or 6. So it's not going. Let's just say it wasn't our first attempt. I didn't quite make it on my first attempt, so. We're going to keep going, though. We're going to get there. We will make it through the game. If it's getting to the point where it's just clear that I'm just not going to be able to make a no-death run work, then maybe we'll go for something like
This is a precursor door. It can only
see how
be
few
opened
deaths
by
I can get,
approaching
or
the
something
door
like that.
while channeling blue eco through your body.
Just do like a death count the whole time. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not giving up yet.
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the
And I
maximum
mentioned on
time.
previous streams, I'm playing this on my computer natively through an awesome fan project called Open Goal. They have taken the original game and essentially
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to
relearning
open.
the language that they
Blue
used to
eco,
develop
you
this
can
game.
breathe energy into all
Naughty Dog
kinds
developed
of
a language
precursor
goal
artifacts that have
in-house,
lain dormant for
and they
years.
coded the Jak and Daxter games. Jak Daxter, Jak 2, Jak 3, and Jak
Those
X
little green
in
balls
gold.
of energy on
These
the
people
ground are a
basically
type of
reverse
eco.
engineered it and have
Pick up 50
are
small green ecos
essentially
or one
decompiling
big
and
green
compiling
one
it
to
and
increase your health.
doing whatever else that they need to do to make sure that this runs natively on your computer. This is not through an emulator. This is directly on my Windows PC. And I mentioned in previous games there are
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Well, I'm sorry. I should probably mark this as an adults-only stream. But so they have mods that you can use, and some people have come out with HD texture packs. I kept meaning to get those installed, but kept forgetting. Well, I finally got to it, so we do have the HD texture packs on. I hope you can tell. Looks like, at least to me, the textures look much nicer. They look crisper. I was just playing the port of it on my PS4 for my kids earlier today, and wow, what a
Training,
difference!
boys.
It's,
But
it's
that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie
you
ahead.
kind of forget
Nope.
how the games we used to play didn't look like the games we played today.
Hey, baby. What do you...
Yeah, you look out there on the old ports, and it's
Did you see the size of the bite that lurker
Yeah,
shark
it is
took
not
out of
a-
the fisherman's boat?
the
We
graphics
best
don't
stay
hold up.
way
We'll
clear
just
of
say
them.
that.
I don't think we can tackle a creature that dag
But
nasty.
overall, again, I think that the Jak and Daxter series holds up incredibly well, surprisingly well. Kind of thing that got my kids to stop and actually watch what was going on and enjoy the cutscenes, and they were really into it. So,
Hey, it looks like
of course,
scout flies are
my kids
always
might
in
not be the
red
best
boxes.
judges. A lot of what they end up playing is Minecraft, so you know how Minecraft looks.
Hello there,
No shade
my
against
dear boy.
Minecraft. It's fun.
You've
It's a
caught
good
me
game
at
to
a
play.
most inopportune
But
moment.
it's not exactly a graphical powerhouse. I'm not talking about RTX mods or anything like that. RTX packs. I don't think those are mods. I think they're directly from Mojang, Microsoft, whoever. But yeah, so Minecraft, and I also I got them little Linux handhelds. You can play a bunch of classic systems, essentially, just a bunch of emulators on them, and so they regularly are playing games from Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, NES, SNES, just all the jank, and to be honest, they prefer consoles when they get a chance, playing
We can
Minecraft
get this open if you power up with that zappy blue
or
eco stuff.
I played a little bit of Rocket League for a while, other things, just like games that they can handle. But they also don't mind older games too. They don't really complain about how the games look as a general rule. So I guess maybe it's just not a big deal to them, and maybe it won't be. But that's great. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I tried to do this mission, I thought you basically just had to kick them all the way into the pen because they kind of jump a little bit. And I thought you had to just kind of keep punching them into the pen. I didn't realize you could just walk behind them and make them move. So that's great. Again, yeah, don't tell PETA. We've got several children. My wife and I are busy, and last night she was talking to one of her clients. They've got kids, and she asked if one of their daughters could babysit for her. So we went out.
That lazy farmer owes us a
The original
power
plan was
cell.
for us to go out for
Let's
a
go
few
talk to him.
hours and do dinner and go find something else. Something else fun to do, but we ordered DoorDash for our picky eater children. We ordered them Wendy's and found out what the babysitter had ordered her food too, and we scheduled an order to come around 6. We were leaving at 5 or a little after 5. Babysitter was getting there at 5. So we schedule the order. The babysitter comes. She seems great. She seems very nice. We leave with the kids and like call us if there's any problems. Yada yada. Here's the house amenities, whatever.
Wow! Check out that funky sculpture sitting
Because
on
again,
the
this is
rocks
somebody
over
that
there.
hasn't babysat for us before. We don't really know her. My wife knows her mom. She's 16, so she drives. Great, fantastic. We were like, we'll take care of dinner. Absolutely.
This must be
Cover everything. You're watching our kids. That's amazing. Order whatever you want. We told her, look, we're getting Wendy's for our kids. If you'd like something from Wendy's, great. If you want something from anywhere else, we'll add that on too. You just tell us what you want. We'll get you covered. So she's there, watching the kids, and we're just kind of like eating dinner, enjoying ourselves. We went to a local restaurant, where we live. We've been there once before. It's really good. We're trying to do a lot more, shop local. Don't need to give the big chains more money than they've already got. Help someone in your community, right? We're trying to do more local shopping, local restaurants, that type of thing. It's hard. It's way easier. We get, like I said, we got Wendy's for our kids. We're not like morally opposed to it at all. We're just trying to do our best to do a little bit more for people around us, right? So we went out and sat down with this restaurant. We realized after a bit that we haven't gotten any of the DoorDash notifications on our phone. Nothing's come through. I'm like, okay, well, we're coming up on 6. It's like 5:45, so probably should have said something about it being picked up or something. We check, and there's no reason to yet. It's like supposed to be there in 5-10 minutes, and they haven't assigned a dasher. No one's on the way. Nothing's going on. We're like, oh, that's annoying. So we text the babysitter, like, hey, just letting you know, we're checking on the order. Looks like they're probably having some delays. Not sure what's up, but we'll keep you posted. We're just, checking in now. Now it's kind of like on our mind. It's a chore for us while we're out dinner. I know, big first world problems. Oh my goodness, we have to look at our phones while we're on a date to make sure that our kids are getting their food. Oh, that we ordered for them instead of making anything or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I know, very fortunate. But,
line up the beam by pointing
it's just
it
like,
at the next
another
tower.
thing that we didn't want to think about. We weren't trying to take care of the kids at that point. We were trying to have some time away from taking care of the kids. So it was a little frustrating.
We can follow the beam to find the next
Anyway,
tower.
like, long story short, we're at the restaurant, and we watch as 3 different people accept our order, say that they're waiting at the store. The app shows like, yeah, your dash is waiting for your order at the store, and leave. Well, in fairness, the third one, the first one was there. She was waiting. It probably was about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, and then they just said, hey, we're searching for a new dasher. So, okay, she got tired of waiting. Don't know what's going on at Wendy's. They assigned the second dasher, same thing. They were there for 10 or 15 minutes, and then just, oh, there's no one assigned anymore. So we just keep every couple minutes checking in, trying to keep the babysitter informed of what's happening. And it's wild. I use DoorDash way too much, and I've never had something quite like that happen. Until eventually, after the third one, like, once the third one was there and waiting like 10 minutes and we hadn't seen any movement or anything like that, and by this point, it's an hour after the food is supposed to be delivered. Like, you get a schedule and pick a range. I think we picked from 5:50 to 6:10. It's like a 20-minute window. It's weird numbers, whatever. That's DoorDash. That seems to change too. Regardless, we picked 5:50 to 6:10, and it's 6:45, 6:50. And again, like, somebody's just sitting at the restaurant. So at this point, my wife and I are like, you know what? Screw this. We canceled the order. At this point, it had been long enough. DoorDash was like, yeah, we get it. Like, you can cancel. We'll give you a refund. If you stick it out, we'll give you like a discount or something. I don't remember. But we canceled it because, I mean, like, honestly, God knows what was going to happen. Maybe, for all I know, Wendy's was closed and DoorDash customer support wasn't answering, so the dashers couldn't do anything about it, so they just left. I don't know what's going on. It's just weird. But and our local Wendy's is, there's one Wendy's in my town, and it is always a terrible experience. They're very slow. It's just a frustrating place to go to, and I don't know if like the equipment sucks or bad training or what, but for the 4 years we've been here, it's just not a great one to go to. There's the longest waits ever. I have sat, and this is on me, like, I should have driven away. But I've sat at the window to order food from Wendy's for, God, probably close to 10 minutes. Just being like, hello? Anyone there? Hello? Hello? And, oh yeah, hey, give us 1 second. And then like, keep waiting and waiting, and it's like 10 minutes before I get to order my food at this Wendy's, when I am the only car there, or behind one other person, and just it's a wild thing. I just, and to be clear, I am not at all trying to blame the people working there. I think that's, first and foremost, they do not get paid enough to deal with this shit. Like, I think service workers are some of the most shit on people in our society for no good reason at all. It's like, we feel like, oh, finally, I'm the big man. I get to tell this person what to do. That it's not my boss. It's not my whatever. Like, finally, I'm in charge, and they damn well better treat me with the respect that I feel I'm entitled to. And I'm like, nah, dog, you're just another person who's just like trying to order a burger. Can you chill? I don't know. It just pisses me off when people are like, oh, that's those goddamn lazy workers' fault. If they were better at their jobs, then people wouldn't get mad at them. People wouldn't treat them badly. No. You decide how you're treating other people. You don't blame them for how you treat them. That's shit. And again, at this point, it's been years. I guarantee you it is not the same people. It's not the same people on random nights. Like, every time I go there, or order for my kids or whatever, it's like, I have let my kids be the pickiest eaters. I mean, like, my oldest, if a chicken nugget looks different than the rest of his chicken nuggets, like a shade different orange or whatever, oh, this one's gross. It's like, dude, it's literally the exact same food. Can you please chill and just eat the chicken nugget? And he just won't sometimes. It is that bad, and I don't know what to do about it. Do not come to the stream for parenting advice. I can't help you. I can't figure it out myself. So, I'm talking, I don't even know. Oh yeah, so just to finish up that, like, it'd been an hour, no one was signed. We canceled the order. We picked up just a bunch of nuggets from Burger King, and God bless her, this babysitter. We told her that there were snacks, like, welcome any food in the house, whatever, like, you can do what you want. We told her, like, if, I think my wife had texted her, I don't know if we told her before we left, like, hey, we've got diamond nuggets in the freezer. Maybe we told her, like, if they want more, we've got diamond nuggets, you can just microwave them. She'd microwave nuggets for our kids that wanted them, and got others like yogurt from the fridge, and basically just like gave them whatever they wanted, which is perfect, honestly. Like, that's what I want a babysitter to do, frankly. I'm like, you are not responsible for making sure my kid is eating well. You are not responsible for healthy habits. Like, you are watching strangers' children at their house you don't know anything about. Like, you don't know us, you don't know them. This is all new. And frankly, do whatever you have to survive. Like, my kids aren't that bad, but there's 4 of them, and the oldest is 8. And he, again, is the one that is sometimes the biggest headache. They all take their turns. Don't get me wrong. But, like, my point is, as great as our kids are, and as much as we get compliments, and I think they're well behaved, it's just a lot. It's a lot, especially since this girl's 16 and she's driving. It seems like she did great. I was actually really impressed. So we'll definitely be hiring her again. I don't care if she wants to charge a higher rate, even, like, it was great. She'd gotten our she'd gotten our kids' food. She'd had them change into PJs before we got home, so we did kind of like a late dinner, I say. But, like, she'd gotten them enough food that none of them really ate much. We didn't use half the nuggets I got, so it felt kind of wasteful. But one of those weird nights. What can you do? We try to be accurate about how much our kids eat. We don't want them to and dinner and not have had enough food, so we try to get enough, but we also don't want to have a ton of stuff to throw away.
Yeah,
Like,
so we got a precursor launcher here,
especially
but
if
you
you're
aren't powered up
going
with the
to
blue
fast
stuff.
food places.
So it
Like,
ain't gonna help us.
I don't know, maybe there's a trick to it, but I have not figured out a way to reheat those nuggets and have them be edible. Like, it's just not a thing that's gonna happen. So, they just throw it away. Is the point. We try not to do that. We want to make sure that the food gets eaten. If we're gonna pay for it, one, and two, like, if we don't use it, that's something the food someone else can have too. Like, it's just, we're trying not to waste the food. Y'all get it. So it's just been it was just a wild night. Oh, and here's a fun story.
Wow, did you
At
see
the
that?
restaurant,
Blue eco-vents have been
and I'm
activated
waiting
all
to,
over the world.
well,
I knew there was a way to
first
turn them
weird
on.
part is just that
There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
as we're looking for places to go that night, because, you know, I didn't plan great. This was all very last minute, so I wasn't sure where we were going to go. I'm trying to kind of gauge it based off, you know, where does Google say isn't very busy right now? Literally, every restaurant in town, every place, Google is saying busier than usual. And they had just these most gigantic pink bars you've ever seen on their, like, schedule of how busy things are. And now I'm talking so much I fucking died. Alright, well, it's a good start for tonight. We'll keep going.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father...
Anyway, so
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice.
things are busy is my point. So we're at the restaurant and it's busy. Fortunately, no, there are only two of us. We get in, they seat us at a booth. The server's doing a great job, taking care of everything, because again, it's wild there. At one point, I decided I need to go use the men's room, and I need to use a stall. And I walk into the men's room, and first of all, there was nowhere, like, this was one of the first times at just like a regular restaurant I've had to wait at a men's room. I would have had to wait for the urinal, and I was waiting for the stall. Anyway, the guy finishes, does his business, leaves, and I'm still waiting for the stall. And this is like again, it's kind of a local building, and it's like a full room in there. Like, it's a real stall, not just like those fake metal doors where you can see through the sides and under the bottom and over the top. Like, no, it's like an actual, like, closed off area with privacy. I'm like, oh, it's great. What a nice restaurant. What a nice bathroom in this restaurant. And I'm waiting, and the door to the stall opens, and I had to double check that urinal was still on the wall, because I could have sworn this was a woman walking out of the stall in the men's bathroom. And I was like, okay, no, I'm in the right place. Cool. And I am not sure at this point if it was a woman in there, if it was a man in there, if it was a trans man in there. But it was a very feminine looking person coming out of the stall in the men's room. So I guess what I did was I minded my own fucking business and let whoever it was wash their hands and go on with their day, because what does it matter? It's another human being who had to take a piss. I don't understand the bathroom rage. There's my SJW rant for the night. I was just like, see how hard that isn't? Let people use the bathroom. I don't care. Like, I straight up don't care if it was a woman who didn't feel like waiting for the women's restroom because it was probably busier than the men's. I don't give a crap. We're all human beings that just have to use the bathroom sometimes. Anyway, that was just my virtue signaling SJW rant for the night. So I found out when I was playing earlier that I think
The
I think the ability to skip cutscenes was something that that Open Goal added in, or it came out in one of the remasters. I don't know, but
That's a blue eco
whatever I
vent.
was playing earlier
More
today, I don't think
concentrated
I
than the
could
floating
skip the
clusters.
cutscenes.
This vent will give you a full
So
charge of blue
props to
eco,
the team,
letting you use it for
whoever
the
designed
maximum
the
time.
ability to do that. That's great. Now do it on these stinking ones that stop you while they talk to you. And like I know that it almost goes away after this tutorial level after Geyser Rock is done, but don't make me do it at all. Like just let me play the game. Stop stopping me.
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to open. With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of
If you
precursor
want to,
artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
if you want to talk at me while I'm running like that, that's fine. I don't love
Those
it, but
little green
stop
balls of energy
making
on
me
the ground
stop.
are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
I don't exactly know all of Twitch's rules or whatever, but
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
I think the good news is I don't think I will ever blow up to a point where I really need to care. The worst case scenario, I do something naughty, I guess Twitch bans me, and no, I have to stop streaming. Demo 1. I'll have to play my games alone, by myself, without no one else watching. Oh, it's so funny.
Did you see the size of the bite that lurker shark took out of the fisherman's boat? We best stay way clear of them. I don't think we can tackle a creature that dag nasty. Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
Yeah, these HD textures do really look very nice. I'm quite happy with the pack that I installed. If anyone is looking to play Jak and Daxter, highly recommend Open Goal on a PC. So many more aspect ratio as well, but I meant like resolution options, anti-aliasing, just great customization options. Again, that ability to add texture packs. Like I had done this. I've been using Open Goal, I don't know, I want to say a year ago or something, when I was playing Jak and Daxter on it, and I did HD textures at that point, and I had a... Have I not got this one yet? I've done this level so many times, it's all running together in my brain. Well, maybe don't fall down the hole, dummy. I'd added HD textures, and I was kind of just tooling around, figuring stuff out, and I replaced all the precursor orbs with with just like a little PNG of an Easter egg. So all the precursor orbs in the game just look like Easter eggs to me for the rest of my playthrough, and it was
What a weird looking thing.
real weird, but just like the ability to do stupid stuff like that, like it's just fun. And again, download a texture pack like this, and it plays well. It's still smooth. It's easy to run. It's just... It is a nice way to play this game. It's got full controller support on, at least it's supported every controller I've tried to use. I've played it on the Ally, and it picks up the built-in controller, no problem. Right now, I'm using the Gully Kit Kong 2 Pro, whatever the hell their name is. It picks it up just fine. I've never touched a controller configurator for this. So, yeah, it just works great. Props to everyone over there at Open Goal. You've done a phenomenal job. I love it so much. Can't sing its praises enough. And recently they released the beta. I think it's still beta, but the version, it's ready for Jak 2. I played through Jak 2 on open goal on my ally. It was great. It ran fine. I don't think I had any like, there's a couple like little graphical glitches here and there, but like again, I went straight through start to finish Jak 2. The team got it done. I can't believe how well they're doing. I hope they go through Jak 3 and Jak X. But again, it's just a little open source team. I'm sure they've got lives, and again, they've been working on this for years now. I hope they see it through. I'm just in awe of what they've accomplished so far, and I just love it so much. And to the people that come up with the texture packs and everything else like that, like, just the community's great. I should probably develop some technical skills so I can contribute and give back to these communities, like the emulation community, and I use a lot of that stuff, again, setting up handhelds for my kids and things like that. So yeah, right now the most that I probably do is just spread awareness, let people know about the great things going on in open source development projects, like well, my kids use the RG35Xs from Anbernic, a little handheld, that little Linux handheld that they use for emulation. And Black Seraph put out the Garlic OS for that. That's great. Just improves the stock OS experience by so much. Makes it so much more usable. Adds features like basically asleep. They just do it through like an autosave function where it just saves your state. You come back, you load your state, and boom, you don't really have to do anything other than just turn it off and turn it back on, and it just works. Just so many amazing people that just develop things because they're passionate about it. Because no, I'm not doing that, Daxter. Shut your mug. Yeah, I know it says Forbidden Jungle on the screen, but you're getting precursor orders for Sandover Village. Those titles, man, they just don't line up. No, I'm just kidding. The team at Naughty Dog, man, they crushed it as well. I love these Jak and Daxter games. And to be honest, it's just so impressive the way they managed to make the switch from Jak and Daxter to Jak 2. To go for that hard of a tone shift and to frankly completely nail it. I so much respect for those guys, for the games that they put out, the quality, and again the ability to see, yeah, the industry is shifting. Target demographic that was playing these 3D platformer, 3D mascot platformers or whatever is getting a little older. Maybe we need to change things up again a bit and move on from these a little bit children's-esque, definitely children's games here, and do something a little bit more mature, more PG-13-ish, and to move on to a game with a T rating. And I mean, I think it earned it. It got a little edgy sometimes, in that like early 2000s edgy way. No, it's great. I love Jak 2. Jak 3 was good. It will never be my favorite. I don't know. I love Jak 2. Again, it was just such a surprise. Being just the right age. I think I was probably like 11 or 12 when Jak 2 came out. So right at the time when, like, the little bit darker tone and almost swear words that they use in the game. Jak being so hardcore, just waking up and I'm gonna kill Praxis. Like, they just nailed the tone for what, like, me as my young teenage, maybe preteen self just absolutely loved. It was the coolest thing I'd ever experienced. Yeah, it was just such a great thing. And to just again call out and just have so much
Those coward doohickeys scattered all over the
so
jungle
much love for
reiterate
the way
Eagle
they
Beam.
handle it.
Let's
Because
go
again,
fiddle
it's
with 'em.
basically a different genre. They're more like action adventure than 3D
Line up the beam
platformer.
by pointing it at the next tower.
While still doing some platforming and paying respect to it, and again, just making it feel like the same characters. Like from the first to the second, Jak has the same moves at the beginning of the game. You're just punching and kicking. You got the same rolls and crouches and everything that you do in the first game. It feels the same. And then they add in what I think is probably the core gameplay mechanic of the 2 and 3 series, and that's the gunplay. And suddenly they didn't take anything away from Jak. They just gave him more. And that was great. They gave him, obviously, a voice actor. They gave him just more of a personality. He wasn't the neutral mask, blank face, insert yourself here, avatar anymore. He was a character. He had a personality, and whether you like it or not, I think that it was the right call to move away from just a blank, silent protagonist to an actual character-driven story and plot where he plays an integral role rather than just a passive vessel. So, while still giving the player enough freedom to feel like they were in charge of the game, despite how pretty linear Jak 2, all the Jak games really are, they still give you that sense of control. Like, yeah, maybe you've only got 2 or 3 missions you can choose from at a time. In Jak 2, when that mission-based structure, that GTA-esque structure, why can I not hit this? There we go. But like, you're never forced to do the next mission now. You're never forced to, pick crew over Torn. Like you do need to do all of the missions to progress, but they give you that sense of freedom within that fairly linear path. And again, at any point in time, if you want to just go like fuck around the city and just drive around and hijack cars and attack Crimson Guard, you do what you want. Like they don't make you go anywhere at any point in time. You have quite a bit of freedom, so I liked that as well. I thought that was a good design choice for that open world style game. To really make it feel that much more immersive, I guess, while still again giving you a full-fledged protagonist. Let's see if I can not jump down a hole this time. Okay, I'll jump down this hole. I'll go get that power cell over there. Otherwise, I will probably forget about it later, to be honest. Did not quite last long enough. So close. Alright, don't look at my desktop too much, but I gotta move this. Still have not figured out what I'm gonna do about that. I did map a bunch of other controls on OBS to my mixer and to my keyboard and other things like that, so that I very rarely need to actually click anything in OBS anymore. But when I don't set it up properly beforehand, I will still need to move the window so I can see what I need to see. So, I don't know. I don't think I've got anything too bad on my desktop anyway, but y'all caught a peek. And again, this isn't like a full remake of the game, so they didn't. I mean, it just.
We need to get to the top of that tower.
My point is, the game still plays like the original. It's still. This is all the graphics, everything, like, not the graphics, but like the animations, the lightning around Jak as he's running with the blue eco, and the particle effects and all that are still from the game. They just made it look better. I don't know. I just think the game really does hold up pretty well. Oh, get back here. I know I shouldn't be doing this. I should be playing it safe. I've already died in this temple once tonight. Probably 2 or 3 times throughout this no death attempt run. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see how far we can get tonight. If I could finish. I don't know. It's getting late. I was hoping to do at least through Sentinel Beach tonight. I don't know if I'll quite get that far though.
Yeah, so we got a precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So it ain't gonna help us!
Wow. Get your tentacles off me. I also, again, just have absolutely no idea if my mic is way too loud, if my mic is not loud enough, how loud I've got the game playing. I got a bunch of bars wobbling over there that they're all in the green, and I've got them set, I think, how I like them, so that my mic is a little bit louder than the game, so that you can hear me over the game. But, again, I don't know what it actually sounds like. I don't know how to monitor my stream. I am monitoring my mic through the mixer, and I sound very loud to me, but I also know that I'm in general pretty quiet. Especially since I stream at night when my whole family's asleep, and I don't want to wake them up at all. I just instinctively am trying to lower my voice, even though I know that, like, I'm downstairs in a closed off room that they're probably not going to hear anything. I just, you know, don't want to deal with screaming children, to be frank. I just want them to stay asleep. Alright, if I could not throw myself down a hole this time, that would be great. Let's see if I can manage it. Or am I going to be impatient? Okay. Ooh, we got to the big bad boss boy. I love you, flower plant. I also love that you seem to be a nod to Crash. I don't know, like, I know Crash was Naughty Dog's original baby, but oh fuck, I thought you were gonna throw your head down for me, or throw your head up. And I like the Crash games. I grew up on Crash Team Racing, but the original Crash Bandicoot games, like, I didn't play them when I was younger. I have tried to play through them now, and they just... See, those are games that I don't think hold up, and I know it's not a fair comparison. Those are PS1 games. They're even older than these. But it's just... Ah, fuck. I died again. That's twice that thing has killed me. I cannot remember the last time I have died to that stupid flower. And again, I play this regularly, like probably at least annually. I'm like, I'm just gonna go pick up the Jak and Daxter games and burn through them in a week or so. I just love them. And I'm probably distracting myself by talking too much, but yeah, I don't know. Just feels like it's a little more social if I play it online, where potentially other people can come in and hang out and chat if they want to.
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest. These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange. This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grav Zoomer. Hey, you found one of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
See, now I'm wondering,
That last scout fly had a power cell.
and this might be really
I'll bet
dumb.
if you
Maybe there's a
collect
really
all 7
obvious
in each
solution to
area,
this
you can find even
that I'm
more
just
power
not
cells.
That's Blue Eco.
thinking of, because I'm gonna be completely frank. I've had 2 edibles in the last, I guess, about 3 hours now. So the overlap is probably a little bit. Well, I had one around 8, and then the second probably closer to 10. So one of them's hitting about an hour. Hitting about an hour on the second. Anyway, point is, I might be really stupid right now and not realize it. I want to know if I can find a way to start after Geyser Rock. Like, I know technically I should do it all in one run, but like, let's be real, Geyser Rock, there are no enemies, there's no real chance of dying here. I can fall off the edge and it's probably fine. I haven't tried, but I would bet you can, and it just stops you so much. This is just such a time sink, and I hate it.
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Like, to be perfectly honest, I even hate that they make you stop and watch a little animation when you get power cells.
The Blue
Like, I
Eco
get it.
caused the
It's
door to open.
it's essentially just
With
a
Blue Eco,
save
you
screen,
can
and
breathe energy into all kinds of
those might have still been
precursor
necessary in the
artifacts
PS2
that have
days.
been
I don't
dormant
remember for sure,
years.
but probably. We're pretty spoiled in modern games, to be honest. It just saves all the time for you. You don't even have to notice it.
Those little green
This is,
balls
again,
of
just
energy
it's
on the
such.
ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one.
Such a small complaint, but it's just one of those. Some of those small quality of life changes, like not forcing you to stop all the time. That just makes me appreciate some more modern games.
You jump
skippable
once,
tutorials.
jump again in the air to
Phenomenal
reach even higher
improvement.
ledges.
And again, to be completely clear, I've said this earlier, I'll say it again. Love the Jak games. Think they hold up super well. Those silly animations when you grab a power cell, the dances, the handshakes, the quips when Jak dies. It's all great. I love it all. It's fantastic. I just wish there was a way to skip it, because again, I replay them far too often, and those little things, after a while, stop being as important. I just want to play through the game.
Did you see the size of the bite that lurker shark took out of the fisherman's boat?
Well, there you go. I figured it out. I need
Stay
to,
way clear of them. I don't think we can tackle a creature that dag nasty.
I need to learn how to do modding myself, and I'll mod those things out. I'll mod a skip Geyser Rock, but give you 100% for it. Because let's be honest, anybody who's
Hey, it looks like scout flies are
older
always
than
in red
8 will
boxes.
probably be able to find everything in Geyser Rock with virtually zero trouble.
Hello there, Mikey.
So the collectible part of it doesn't really matter. And again, they just stop you so often. It's just not fun. Geyser Rock is not fun to play.
Hey, little freak.
So again, I'm looking forward to being there over and over and over as I play through this game, attempting not to throw myself down a hole or get stomped on by a bus. Now, I think the game intends for you to go to Sentinel Beach, you know, first off of Sandover Village. That would make sense. It's kind of like where the path leads you. Samos gives you a mission out there. But I'll let you know a little secret. There are some missions on Sentinel Beach where you need the blue eco vents to be open in order to do that. So if you go to Sentinel Beach first, you have to backtrack. And I hate backtracking. So if you go to Forbidden Jungle first, there's nothing you need to do on Sentinel Beach that affects what you can do in the Forbidden Jungle, so you can just clear it out completely. First run through, and that will unlock the blue eco vents, and then you can do Sentinel Beach in one run. There's really nothing you need to do in Sentinel Beach to make it so that you shouldn't do Misty Island. So if you want to do Forbidden Jungle and then Misty Island and then Sentinel Beach, go for it. Nothing wrong with that either, as far as I can remember. I just like to do Misty Island last because it feels thematically appropriate, I guess. It's what got them started on this adventure. And it's the last place they're going. They've worked their way up through Forbidden Jungle and Sentinel Beach. They've built up their confidence, and now they're ready to tackle this place that they weren't quite ready for before. I just think it's a good narrative. It's a good way to look at that. It's a nice bookend because, you know, after that, you're leaving the home they've been at their whole lives. They've lived in Sandover Village. They've grown up here, as far as we know in this game. And they're leaving that behind. They're ready to move on once they've gone back to that place where the adventure was instigated and proved that they're good enough to handle it. You know, if they're in the hands of a competent gamer, which I am not, clearly. This run through is just going to be further proof. Again, I am not a great gamer. I love gaming, but I will get through games on sheer grit and determination, not skill. I love the Soulsborne games. People talk about how short Bloodborne is, and it took me oh, I don't know. I was looking. It's probably like twice the normal amount of time that it would take people to go through Bloodborne, just because, again, I'm not good at games. I will just not quit. I will face the same boss 50 times in a row, over and over and over, getting just incrementally better every time, just inching forward, taking that progress as slow as it needs to be in order for me to just keep going, but eventually getting to the point where I can beat this guy. I've learned this guy well enough to take him out. And then, I'll get to the next one, and maybe it's a similar flow or pattern, and I can get through it, or maybe I'm having an off day, but like I'll get to another one where it just I don't know how to deal with them, and I'll get stuck there, and I'll have to fight them, dozens of times. And I think that's probably a typical Souls strategy, the way that people get through the games. But again, I just say that to show that it's not like, oh, I pick up the mechanics and I'm so skillful and I can finesse my way through them, and I get it right off the bat. I just don't. I'm not that great of a gamer. But that's probably why I like to come back to games that I already know and I've already kind of developed that muscle memory and that skill with, because, these are the games I don't have to think about or stress about or whatever. I can just hop in, go through it at my own pace, don't have to devote too much attention or skill, and quite frankly, I just don't have that much extra attention and skill to give right now. Kids are great, but man, they're draining. So much time and energy and money, and
Yeah, so we got a precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff.
it's
So it
just,
ain't gonna help us.
it's so much. I was not ready to be a dad, apparently, and yet I am, multiple times, and I'm learning. But again, like with video games, I'm a slow learner. I'm gonna just bash my head against the same arguments with my kids over and over and over, and one of us is gonna crack first. But the problem is they apparently inherited my stubbornness and my wife's stubbornness, and now they have the stubbornness of two stubborn people, so they out-stubborn us all. I don't know, that's probably very dumb, but the point is they're so willful sometimes. They're so... Oh, if I want to be nice, I can say willing to stick to what they believe in. Yeah, it's good. Parenting is great. It's just very tiring. So when I do have time to sit and game, which admittedly is more than a lot of people I know, yeah, a lot of times I just want the junk food game. Give me one I don't have to worry about too much. I don't have to I don't know, I guess actually try is the term. I should probably be actually trying with this game, since I keep trying to do it with no deaths and it's not going well tonight. But again, it's just a way to unwind and relax, and just have a good time for me right now. But again, I did say if Jak and Daxter goes well and I'm feeling like I'm still enjoying streaming, maybe I'll stream Bloodborne next. I don't know how I'll set that up. Again, have to figure out how to get the PS5 down here. I guess that's the answer. I'd bring the PS5 down here and hook it up in here, because I'm not making my wife sit through that. That'd be so boring for her. do not understand this Twitch stats bar.
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco vents have been
I will probably have to
activated
look at the
all over
documentation and
world.
see
I knew
how it
there was a
actually
way to turn
works
them on.
because
There must be places to turn on the other eco vents as well.
I just don't understand what it's saying. Not that that's a big deal. If there's someone here, then hey, welcome. Nice to see ya. If that means that somebody was in here earlier, then hey, sorry I missed ya. Hope you enjoyed yourself for whatever time you were here for. Because again, I don't understand that Twitch stats panel, so. Alright, big boy. You're going down this time. This time, I'm ready for you. I think I just went Irish and I have no clue why. Dang it. It's okay. Still start with good health. Ah, good job. Thank you for cooperating this time. That's what you were supposed to do last time, not attack me an extra time. Still feel like you cheated. As basic as these enemies are and as non-threatening as they should be, his little mini guys are like the scariest part. They just like... The rhythm seems to be like slightly inconsistent, and it probably isn't. And I was like, they should have their spikes going in. Their spikes are going in, right? Come on, spikes, go in. And it just stresses me out every time. They just stay out a beat longer than I think they're supposed to. Like, obviously, it works how it's supposed to. I'm not trying to say the game is wrong. But the game feels wrong, you know? Like, it should be... It should have gone in just a few seconds earlier. I also love that touch that you just jump on his, you know, dead head, his corpse over and over again and steal his loot. Very metal. Crush the skull of your enemy in order to steal their treasure. And this is a children's game. Oh, I'm sure I missed a ton of shit underneath me. I haven't connected the beams yet. I should come back here later. But I'm here now. And I'm feeling good. I think this means I'll probably survive the Forbidden Jungle. Again, to clarify my rules. Minigames do not count as dying. So if I don't catch all the fish the first time, it doesn't matter. I can try that again multiple times. That is not a death. That is just a failure. What have I done? What haven't I done? Eco beams, cool. Fisherman is one of those. Oh, what's the other? I don't know. I'm sure I'll get there. That's some poppin'. Sorry, I'm looking at the precursor orbs in the middle of the screen. As you get closer, they just pop right into existence. I might have the resolution set too high, or the anti-aliasing or something. I don't know. It appears to be affecting performance a little bit. Not enough that I actually care, but enough that I can notice things. And maybe that's always going to be how it is, and I just never really pay attention to it before, but I noticed it today.
Those tower doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them. Line up the beam by pointing it at the next tower. Hey, we can follow the beam to find the next tower.
Alright, I'm back. Eating some barbecue wings. I've been trying to be healthier. Been eating a little bit less fast food, cooking more home cooked meals, and eating less in general. But honestly, like, December's kicked my ass. Like, I have been so stressed and tired, and it's just a hard month. So I've done not as well eating as good as I was. Over the course of the last year, of 2023, I've lost about 20 pounds, or I had lost about 20 pounds. Then in December, I gained about 5 of it back. So I'm kind of writing off December at this point, and I think I've decided that the next couple days I'm just gonna kind of eat what I want, be a little bit irresponsible, and just kind of let it out, get it out of my system, and I'll go back to being disciplined in 2024. Because again, I was doing really well for a lot of 2023, and it was going well. Things were good. Again, like, I was losing weight. We were starting to save a little bit more money, being financially and fiscally, those are the same thing, dimwit. Financially and physically healthier, and it was good. I was feeling good. I was enjoying it. But again, I'm tired. So I'm taking a little bit of a break, indulging a little bit for a couple days, and then next year I'm right back at it. I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna but I'm gonna keep going to some jiu-jitsu classes I started. Those are fun. Literally kicking my ass. It hurts so bad after going to one of those classes, but it is so fun. So good to just, get that little bit of competition in that I haven't done for a while. I did jiu-jitsu a little bit in college. I took a college class, and they just, they taught you some of the basic submissions and shrimping and side control and the basics of jiu-jitsu, things that you learn pretty early on. Ouch! That was a wrong place to land, apparently. I've missed that challenge and that physical activity, and again, just having a set time and place to be there, so that hopefully I'm not just relying on my own self-discipline to just make sure I do it by myself, but now I've got like a group of people that I'm working with to keep some exercise. I've been walking the kids to and from school every day when the weather permits. Where I am, it does snow, and it gets very cold, so some mornings, when it's well below freezing, I'm not thrilled to take my 5-year-old on it's about a half a mile walk to their school, so it's not long. But again, she's 5. I've got a 5, a 7, and an 8-year-old going to the same school, and so sometimes we'll drive halfway and then we'll walk the last half. We have to cross a field, so I'll drive to the park at the field, and then we'll just walk the rest of the way, so it's not, instead of 30 minutes in the cold, it's 15. So just small things like that I'm probably being overly cautious. I'm sure they'd be fine. Humans have survived for hundreds of thousands of years in the cold. We make it work. But again, they're kids, and I feel like it's my job to try to spare them a little bit of the suffering if possible. There'll be plenty of that when they're older. Also, like, perfectly fair, to be perfectly frank, like, I hate being out in the cold too. Like, I can put on a jacket and it's fine, it's not that bad, but give myself a little bit of an excuse to not have to do it is good. You did it! Man, I've never been as excited for anything in my life as this fisherman is to get 200 pounds of fish. And then I love that for the rest of the game, you can come back here at any point in time, and he's still just there cackling to himself. Oh, when I was younger and these games were coming out, I guess Jak 2 and 3 were the ones that I got, like, when they came out. I was the kind of kid who I had, like, the guidebooks for Pokemon Yellow and Red or whatever, like the Game Boy games, the books that you can carry around with you and show you exactly what you're supposed to do, because, like, I'm not very intelligent and I'm not great at games, so I need help. I started playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm, like, sure that I have missed so much and screwed up the run so badly that I'm afraid to go back and keep playing it. I'm in Act 1, and I've really enjoyed it, but I'm also, like, I feel like I'm supposed to be moving on to Act 2 soon, but I don't feel like I know what I'm doing yet in the game, and that's terrible. I've played for dozens of hours. I'm probably close to 30 hours in, so 2.5 dozen.
We should go tell that windbag of a mayor that he owes us big time for connecting the village energy.
But I'm still like, I don't know how to win fights. Like, I've won several fights, but not because I know what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm getting lucky. I feel like, did I get all the orbs? I didn't. I'm missing some of the Forbidden Jungle. I guess I gotta go back. We are doing a no death run, but it's also 100%, and I'm not backtracking here later. We're knocking this sucker out now. 20 orbs. Where would they be? Oh. I don't know if I popped up this precursor one down here. Again, I don't know what I'm doing with audio. If when I sniff like that, I'm blowing things out or anything, I'm sorry. I don't think I am. Yeah, I didn't open that sucker. Come here, fishy fishy. I need your sweet life juice. God, I'm so weird. There we go. Hopefully this is it. I hope that's 20. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. My God, I think it was recently that I learned that now we're cooking with gas. Oh, it was during that whole fucking fake gas stove outrage shit. That's when I learned that now we're cooking with gas was like an ad. It was a promo. It was like a commercial slogan or something that natural gas companies came out with. Like, it's just wild when things that to me are just like, oh, that's just a saying. That's just a phrase that people have. It's like, no, that was a fucking ad. Like, we still just
Wow! Check out that funky
let it happen
over there.
and sell more and more of our time and ourselves for advertising. And I'm no different. Like, I don't know. We're just in a weird place in society where everything is a commodity. Your time, your information, you as a person have become a product, and it's concerning. I participate in it because I've got a Gmail account. I deleted my personal Facebook, but I've still got one that I have a shared account with my wife. She has her own personal, and then we had one that we shared. We created a shared Facebook account when we got married, and then proceeded to never use it. Now I use it for Facebook Marketplace. Unsuccessfully. If you need some rock climbing shoes, hit me up. But yeah, I still participate in Facebook. Like, I still have an account. I have a Quest 2, and so I give them data through there. And yeah, I don't want to pay the full price that it would be if they weren't stealing my data as well. I use Gmail for my primary account. Google's got all my information. For a long time, I was a pretty big. Did I not do this quest? God, how high am I? What was I doing? Okay, well, let's get the Yakkos in. I thought I already did this. Yeah, they are back. No, just this guy's out. Okay. Did he wander out of the pen again? I should have checked and see if I already have this orb
That
too.
lazy farmer
Nope,
owes us a
I didn't.
power cell.
Okay.
Let's go talk to him.
God, I seem like the right guy to be doing a zero death run. Not that I'm the first. I guarantee you there's others. I haven't checked YouTube. I'm sure someone else has done this. And they did it in about half the time it's going to take me on their first run while blindfolded and playing with their toes or something. I don't know. Like, man, y'all are too crazy sometimes. I do not understand how people do some of the things they do. Some of the wild shit you see with games like the Soulsborne games where people are like, play through it and try to do like a zero damage run on a Guitar Hero controller or whatever the fuck they're doing. Like, I just and to be clear, like, I'm exasperated but also in awe. Like, I have no clue how y'all can manage to pull things like that off, or why you pull things like that off. But regardless of that, it's still awesome. It's really cool, but it's also like, damn, you guys have so much time on your hands. I cannot imagine having enough time to game that I can play Dark Souls on a Guitar Hero controller, let alone play it competently. And like, yeah, I'm sure he mapped the keys to a way that was more advantageous, but like, still, it's a fucking Guitar Hero controller. Like, I struggled through those games with a controller. I don't know how people play those with mouse and keyboard. I hope people don't. I hope people aren't that crazy, because that seems wild to me. Like, how would you possibly play that type of a game with a keyboard and mouse? Like, I know PC Master Race, whatever. Like, for FPS and RTS and other games, I'm sure mouse and keyboard is king. Absolutely. Click on the head. Boom, they did. I get it. I understand. You can snap the mouse around, look really quickly, but like, when you've got a heavy attack and a light attack and your dodge is tied to a button that is run at other times, that is also your jump button, because some of those games are fucking weird and they didn't know how to design controls. Again, Elden Ring compared to Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls on the PS3, it's just an example of again, kind of what I was talking about with Jack earlier, like, where they can take these IPs and take the concept and iterate on it and take time with the iterations rather than turn them into like annual cash grabs. You can just see the evolution of it, and that how well, this idea from the first is still here, but here's how it's been refined, and the controls are just that much more buttery smooth, and the hitboxes are cleaner. And, you know, in Elden Ring, you get a dedicated jump button instead of having to be, you know, while you're dodging, jump and click the stick and tap your heels 3 times, and then maybe your character will jump. Oh, and by the way, we're putting in mandatory platforming sections with these fucking controls. Like, God, FromSoft, I love you, but get your shit together. I say that like they haven't. Again, Elden Ring, they got it mostly right. It's a great game that I have not completed, but it's still a great game.
Well, I see that you two have finally decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
getting late here. I'm on mountain time, so we're coming up on midnight. We are at about 11:55 local time. Now that used to be when the night started for me. But again, now I'm an old man. I got kids. I've lived in the same house for 4 years now. I know. You're talking to somebody who had 3 different apartments, 4 different apartments, and lived with family in the first 4 years of my marriage. And I've been married for 10 years. So those two numbers combined are about almost our entire marriage. We moved all the time. We bought a house, a townhouse, small one. When we decided it wasn't going to work for us anymore, we're moving out. We had only lived in that townhouse for 2 years. Our first property that we bought, our first home that we bought, we only stayed in for 2 years before we felt like we had to move again. And that was the longest we'd lived somewhere at that point together, once we were as a married couple. So, again, living in this place for 4 years now. All right, we must be doing all right. I mean, it doesn't hurt at all that we refinanced during the pandemic when rates were at like 3%. We're just over 3%. So the appeal of trying to get a new mortgage at the current rates is well, let's just say there is none. We like our house. We're in a good neighborhood. We got awesome neighbors. Safe, never have any packages stolen or anything like that. Yeah, we've never had a package stolen. And we've had shit delivered while we were on vacation. We came home to it still being here. It's just a great area. Again, half the time when it snows, I go out to shovel and find that my neighbor's already been through with his snowblower and I don't have anything to shovel. It's just taken care of for me, and we try to give back a little bit. We take them baked goods or things like that, or just chat with them occasionally. But honestly, like, it's a super one-way. What am I trying to say? How am I going to say this? I am clearly the one benefiting more from the friendly neighborhood, and I really appreciate it because, quite frankly, again, like I'm tired. Raising kids is hard work. I don't think I've gotten the orbs from behind the waterfall yet. Let's go do that. Again, let's hit the waterfall. Video game tropes. Yeah, love them. Doop, 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 doop. I think it's really funny that I have one follower. And I think that the total watch time on all of my streams, my hours of streaming, is probably in the sub 5 minutes, I would say. But I have a follower because after I started streaming the first time, I was like, oh, I haven't even looked to see if like anybody even streams Jak and Daxter right now. Maybe there's a thriving community. I had no clue. I just hopped in because I wanted to stream this game and I didn't really care if it was popular or not. So I popped in and I saw some guy playing and he was looking for some stuff in the spider caves. Maybe he was on Snow. I don't remember where he was when I first popped in, but he was in, I think it was spider caves, and he's kind of just talking like, oh, I think I need to go this way and do that. And I was like, oh, actually, dude, you're missing this right behind you, because he was working on a 100% run. I was like, oh, turn around and look there, and just kind of trying to help answer some questions for him. Hung out for 15 minutes or so, and then he came and followed my channel. So thanks, man. I appreciate it if you're ever watching this, but yeah, I think that's funny, because I don't think he'll ever really come watch his content either, but that's cool. I really don't feel bad about that at all. I know he was the other night. He was streaming Jak too. So hope that's going well for him. I popped in for about 2 minutes just to see how that was going, but man, to be honest, I just don't get on Twitch very much. I don't watch Twitch. I paid for subscriptions to people, and I still didn't end up watching them. So I don't really support anyone on Twitch right now. As hypocritical as that might be, no, you can't pay me to stream right now. I don't qualify. My point is just that I would watch him more. Seems like a cool guy. Was friendly to talk to. But again, I don't get on Twitch to watch any whatever. So sorry, man. I'm sure you're cool. Everybody else who's trying to start on Twitch, first of all, man, I hope you're not banking on it being a career, because damn, it's hard. You're trying to get a bunch of people following you, then that's it's a hard way to go about it. I'm not saying it can't be done. Absolutely can. Look at people who've made it happen. Some great talents. Tons of hard work. I'm just saying it's probably going to help if you go into streaming because you like streaming, because you're having fun. And if you get a following, great. But I don't know how easy it's going to be to force getting a following if you're not passionate about doing it. And that's the thing, I'm not passionate about doing it, and I don't want a following, so that's why I'm streaming games that I don't give a shit if anybody wants to watch them, and I'm streaming at weird times, and I'm not going to make a schedule, and I'm not going to do anything that people tell you that you should do if you want to be a successful streamer, because, like, that is not a goal that I'm willing to chase at all. Like, and to be clear, I'm not saying, like, oh, if I did become popular, I wouldn't want that. Like, no, it sounds kind of cool. Stressful as hell, though. So I'm not looking for any kind of fame or anything. Just to be clear with what to expect from my stream, I'm not going to up the production quality. I'm not going to try to, like, come into some set schedule. Because, frankly, like, again, I've got 4 kids, life is busy, and I get tired. When I have energy, I'll stream. When I don't, I won't. One day, I'll probably just decide, not really into it anymore, and just stop streaming and never show up again. Yeah, I'm not serious about it, you know? So I know that a career, quote-unquote, in streaming will never be for me. I don't have the kind of thick skin that's needed to be a public figure anyway. I have no clue how people deal with it. A bunch of people, like kids, basically, they're out here trying to, not just trying to, but becoming famous at just ridiculously young ages and getting ungodly amounts of money. Which, like, go for it. Absolutely, get that bag. Like, take everything you can. I don't blame them at all for taking those kinds of deals and for making that kind of stuff happen. And again, more power to you. That's fantastic. But, like, God, I can't imagine trying to deal with that level of fame and success at that age. I wouldn't know what to do with it now. And I'm a wise old man at, mid-30s. Early to mid-30s. God, lady, you are senile. I can make those jokes. I've got senile grandparents.
Now meet me down here by the egg.
Okay. Whee. Give me that sweet, sweet power cell, baby. And I know this is a stupid thing to do. And I should shut my mouth right now. But I'm just gonna say it, this run is going pretty well so far. Yeah, we started off a little bit rocky. Died to that friggin' jungle plant in the Forbidden Jungle, the giant squishy bodied boy. We came back though. Came back, we kicked his ass. Now we're kicking Sentinel Beach's ass. Let's see, we got trade the orbs, don't have quite enough yet. Your uncle, God, that's so funny. He's so irrelevant from here on out. Alright, I think I've got it all from Sentinel Beach. Oh, and I did look into it. You can probably make it through Lava Tube on 1 life, so I don't know, maybe I'll just have to practice my ass off if I get to that point. No, can't talk to you. Wow, that was an awkward looking pose.
Good. You've collected enough power cells to fuel my heat shield. Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house. Bring the power cells, and hurry! My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
And that mini cutscene, dialogue, whatever, because you're stopped, so it's basically a cutscene because you can't do anything else. You just have to sit and watch it. That one cutscene is probably the reason I've missed Misty Island so many times. Because again, I do things a similar way, basically the exact same way every time, at least the order I clear out the levels, because it means less backtracking. But that means once you've done Forbidden Jungle and Sentinel Beach, and you come back to Sandover Village, you get this message saying, hey, come see me in the canyon, and, you know, Kira's hot. Of course I'm going. Absolutely, babe. I'm already there. You come back, and Kira's like, hey, come meet me in the canyon. And so stupid me, you got no Misty Island in your logs. You got no sign that started taken care of. Oh, that's weird. The fan just kind of got stuck, buddy. Yeah, so you come back and just you go to the canyon because that's where the game told you to go. And then you just completely miss Misty Island and all the power cells and stuff, and you're going for 100% completion because that's what you do if you're playing Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy in the year 2023. Like, you're not doing it because this brand new exciting game I just heard of. No, this is, God, probably close to a 30-year-old game. It's at least 20. And by, yeah. It is not a 30-year-old game. What the hell am I thinking? PS2 came out when I was like around 10-ish? Anyway, around that time. So it's only been like 20 years that the PS2's been out, so yeah, about a 20-year-old game then. So yeah, PS2's old, is my point. I actually don't remember what I was saying. I don't remember what my point even is. Little furry dude! Fuck you, cat. I love this animation. So good. Get your ass in there. Shut up. Daxter's savage. Is that what the kids say, right? Like, if I lampshade it and just point out how, like, oh, kids say that, then it makes it less cringe when I say it, right? Oh, fuck.
Fall into the mist below us, because I don't think we'll make it back. Knock over those bones.
Thank you, Daxter. I appreciate it. I just don't know if I got everything over there. Can you just let me look around for a minute? Jeez, Daxter. Oh. This is as far as my run has gotten, boys. I've gotten to Misty Island and then got my ass handed to me by one of those skeleton kiddos. I was so worried about falling into the mist. I was so careful through the section where you have to platform around the holes and shit. And I got through just fine. And then I got through the ambush. And I walked out the other doors and got my ass handed to me. Gotta be more careful this time. Yeah, it looks like I got everything over here. I don't know. I guess I'll come back later if I didn't. So, you know, I'm real close to as far as I've ever gotten during this no-death attempt. I hate those guys in the mud. Especially on the other side of that ambush place. There's that section where you have to go through so much mud to get to them that it's just a pain in the ass to kill them. Because you can't do it with the spin attack. It's not quick enough. You have to do the punch attack that goes through, but it's just, I don't know.
Red Eco makes your attack stronger.
Thanks, Daxter. Appreciate the info. Okay. Okie day. Alright. Almost at full health. Dang it, I hit the wall. Again, the reason that I hate these little purple guys when they dip into the mud like that is obviously a skill issue on my part. Sure, if I could kill them easily the first time, I wouldn't hate them. Oh, fuck, those were the fall ones. Those were the fall ones. God, I'm so smart. Alrighty. This one always stresses me out. I'm trying to get these stupid orbs without dying. Normally I don't even care if I die there because I just come right back, but fuck. No! Alright, I guess I'm leaving. Things were going so well, too. Again, I said it out loud. It's my fault. I did this to myself. Goodbye, cruel world. Alright, I actually think that's probably what I'm going to call it for tonight. Like I said, it's late. I'm tired. I'll miss you guys, though. Have a great night.